Are we live? Yes, we're live. Hello. Welcome, Facebook, YouTube, to the Savannah Performance Project, the quarantine episodes. And I've been having so much fun this week with my guests on the show. And today I have a very special guest. We have Mr. Jeremy Davis, who's warming up in the green room right now. I believe he has a whole charcuterie board that he's munching on, as well as I believe there's serving champagne in the green room, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he's ready to go. He's prepped and he's ready. Let's see. Have I got some intro music? Door. This is my co-host Door. Do you have any intro music for us? I guess not. He wasn't prepared. His fault. So long. All right. Well, I'm going to bring him on. I know he's ready. He's probably filled up on that dried meat, but let's bring him on. Hello, Jeremy. What's up, man?
What's happening? What a green room you have here.
Oh, thank you. I hope the hostess is she's been very good to you.
Yes, good company. Thank you for the fine green room and charcuterie board and for having me on the program today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I see. I mentioned the green room, but it looks like you're actually in your house.
I am in my house. I'm in my my office, which my office. You know where my office is. I have office hours pretty much every non-pandemic working day at Collins Quarter. I have a little corner booth reserved for me. My kids go to school next door, which is my easy excuse to go over and drink amazing coffee. So if I'm not working from Collins Quarter, I am here in my home office. So that's where I am today.
Oh, yeah. So speaking of Collins Quarter, I wonder what they're doing.
They're doing nothing like everyone else. I got the email that said they were shut down, and they have a bit of a GoFundMe that we gave to the other day, just because those people there, they're like so many other industry people that are really, really good at their job, and they're special people, and they're as good as I am. They've lost 100% of their income.
Yeah,
and it's like we're dead in the water until this thing passes. So they've kind of got a GoFundMe to just kind of Anthony, the owner there. I know he's being very active about taking care of his people. Much like we are doing our Monday night streaming show to benefit financially those guys. So that's it, man. I know it's about the worst time to for this to happen because they just got the Collins Park. They just signed the lease on the Forsyth Park. I don't know if you knew that, Chris, but Forsyth Park is going to be the new Collins Quarter, and it was supposed to open the week that everything shut down. So kind of bad timing.
So and you were maybe going to perform for that, or?
Yes, I was going to perform. We had there was a kind of a private grand opening, I guess. I'm not sure all the details of the grand opening. I know it was going to be. We had probably, I guess it was the Equinox quartet or quintet. We're going to play for that, and it was going to be big fun. So I'm hopeful that it'll still happen at some point in the future.
Yeah. Wow. So speaking of dates and performing and all that, I guess you guys were pretty booked up for a good while, and now that's like it's really dried up. So maybe talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like we were at the front end of this thing because we have such a diverse. We have many different income streams. We play a lot of theater shows. We tour. We play a lot of major corporate events. We do a lot of really insane private events, as well as curate music across the board. Like we're responsible for doing all the music at the Pink House, pretty much everything that happens at the Westin on Sundays and Fridays. We work with the Yacht Club. We work with Palmetto Bluff. We work with the Orchestra. And I'm certain I'm leaving someone off the list. So there's a lot of things that we do, and it all started to dry up really early. I think we had lost 12 shows, 12 major events. One that was supposed to happen this weekend, actually tonight, was a big corporate event at the Orchestra Seattle, and all that went away really quickly before the mass hysteria kind of hit. So yes, to your question, I mean, 100% of everything that we have in the world is gone. I mean, all the work that we had scheduled, major corporate events in Scottsdale. We had 4 or 5 big corporate things at the Cloister. We had stuff all over the country. We had a small tour going up through Pennsylvania, North Carolina. All that's gone. And the greater than losing all the work that we've spent the last 2 years building into is the fact that we've lost the whole I don't even know, the whole business sector. We don't even really exist right now in the performing arts world. And we can't. There's crowds can't gather, so the need for us in the world is just kind of parked right now. The only thing, Chris, that we have at all right now is our streaming show on Monday night, and we're able to kind of singularly be focused on that, which is kind of a unique perspective. In light of losing all the paying gigs, we're able to focus on one unique performance a week, which is kind of a bright spot. But we've been fortunate that we've been able to turn a little bit of a model, make a financial model that's at least helping a little bit.
Yeah. So, well, that's good. I mean, that you're able to do that. You have the ability to do that. But at the same time, I know that it's a strain on everybody that is trying to get by with their own activities. Like, I know you have a lot of independent musicians that you work with, that all of their independent gigs have dried up, as well as you book other people for gigs, not just the Equinox Orchestra. So, I mean, that in and of itself has got to be a huge strain. But still, I mean, it's great that you're able to get these people together and do at least one event a week to keep them together as a team. And I've actually enjoyed both that I've watched so far. You've had two, right?
Yeah, we had three. We just did our third one.
Oh, right. So, yeah, because you had another one in a church space. Is that right?
Yes, it was. It was in my church space, Hope Bible Church. They gave us the space, and then before we kind of made the deal to be doing the show from Perry Lane, which is great. Perry Lane has two towers, and one has the top of the Peregrine, the other at the top is their ballroom, and that whole tower is locked down. I mean, you can't even get in it. I mean, so they let us kind of go in the loading bay and go straight up, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit weird being in a hotel and there's not a soul in there but us. But it's safe. That's the thing. That is an important thing. We scale the band down to kind of be as close as we can to the CDC limits. We spread the band out. Normally we sit pretty close to one another because musically we found that we play better when we're closer together. We hear better, but because of it, we try to keep the 6 feet. So we've experimented with how we set the band up. And hey, look, man, it really is unique because normally the guys are playing all week long. We're doing other shows, they're doing other things. None of that exists. So they show up with a load of pin-up musical frustrations. Hadn't been able to do anything all week. So it's really fun to see them every week. And I know that they are so thankful to get to work, I mean, again, I think they have it worse than me, the independent contractors there, everything they have is gone. And so I know they're appreciative of the Monday nights we work, that's for sure.
Yeah. I see Meredith Davis is watching.
Oh, that girl, I know her.
She says, you still exist to me, Jeremy. You're breaking. Oh, there you are. Okay. I think you froze for a minute while you were drinking your drink, but you're back.
Oh, who knows? I'm back now.
So how's your partner in crime doing, Clay?
I think he's on Goldie duty, as we call it. At this point, the littlest one is in his house. Of course, they've got kids that are high school kids, so they've got a rigorous thing they're having to deal with. His wife works for the school, so she's got a load of stuff. So he's kind of got a new schedule every day, and I think that this is one of those kind of a block of time when he is chasing that little gal around, trying to get her to watch some Disney or something on the iPad. It's probably what he's doing right now. Yeah.
So your son is 17, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Now he's a junior.
He is a junior. He goes to Veritas Academy, which meets across the street from Collins Quarter. So yeah, he's actually thinking about doing a little dual enrollment thing next year. I think you and I may have spoke a little bit about that. So that's kind of a thing we're walking through right now, trying to figure that out. But my two younger ones are 12.
Jeremy's freezing up again. Are you there? Hello. His microphone is gone. Hang on. Hey, yeah, let's see, Mike. This is the fun part of the internet where things go haywire. I'm going to send him a private message and see what's going on. But in the meantime, oh, I used the wrong keyboard. This happens a lot. So in the meantime, I think Jeremy was alluding to the fact that his 17-year-old is out there and he's on his way to do some dual enrollment next year. But what I was alluding to was the fact that his 17-year-old may have had a prom that has most likely been canceled. And I also have an 18-year-old at home who had a prom that was canceled. Although I don't know that he was planning to go, I think it's still kind of upsetting that during this time, these seniors, juniors, high schoolers can't do the things that we're all used to. Jeremy, you still out there? Let me see if I can't. Let's see. This is unintended circumstances, I think. I don't know. Oh, wait, you there? I see him. You want to maybe call me? Give me a thumbs up. Here, I'm going to give you my number. No, I still can't hear you. Let me try this. Shoot. We'll get you back. Don't worry. Try that number. I got to check my audio real quick. Yep, I'm on. Okay. Yep, everybody can hear me. Jeremy is gone for the moment. He's going to call me, and we're going to see how this works. Should be fun. I lost a lot of people. I can't believe this. So many people. Come back. All right, here we go. Hey, Jeremy, you there?
Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let's see if.
All right.
There we go. Maybe it's in sync
working?
now. Yeah, it's working now. Although I can't.
Sorry about that. Who knows what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear yourself okay?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you. I think that's all that matters.
Okay. Well, no, it matters that we hear you as well. So
As long as you can hear me.
yeah, I can hear you. I think the whole world can hear you now. So
Good.
I'm actually, it's funny. I have my phone. Let's see what I've got here. I got my phone pointed at the microphone right now. So hopefully everybody can hear you there. So I was talking about your son's 17. So was he planning on going to prom this year?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think there was some talk about that. I'm not 100% sure if they. I know that Veritas has. They don't call it a prom. It's kind of it's the same type of thing, but I don't know if I'm assuming it was canceled too, man. I know that's kind of crazy times.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, and I was talking about my son, 18. He was supposed to be going to prom this year as well as graduating, and I think prom's definitely canceled, but they're on hold for graduating now as well, like having a whole, pomp and circumstance, as it were. But I think they're trying to organize it where they're maybe having cars to do the graduation. We'll see. I don't know.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. They're being creative.
They certainly are. So let me ask you this. What advice might you give to people who are struggling at this time, entertainers, performers who are struggling?
I have a couple of things to say about that. I think the only thing that we have left really is a performing outlet at this point. And I've really been asking myself that question. What is there some sort of other creative performing arts outlet for us? And I haven't come up with any real landmark ideas here other than just the streaming thing. And the streaming thing, as you know, it seems like everybody and his brother who's got a phone is doing a streaming show today. I know we've seen some really good ones, and we've probably seen some that are poorly produced. But I think the conversation really is that there is a way to make that platform work financially for you. Does that make sense? There is a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're doing it. And I don't mind just kind of sharing a few things about what we're doing. And this is to any of the artists out there, whether it's actors or singers or guitar players or singers or musicians or whatever. There is a way to make that thing profitable, and it's kind of a complex equation, but there's a lot of things to do. And I'll just take a couple minutes and kind of walk through that if that's cool. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the first thing is you need to be consistent. You need to pick if you're going to do it once, or if you're going to decide. Like for us, we do it every week. You know, we go live every Monday at 8 o'clock. So you need to pick a consistent time and a consistent day, and you need to promote it. And when you do it, you need to do it as high quality as you can. You need to. It doesn't have to be a huge production. Like ours has got to be a bigger production. We have lights and sound. We're tracking the show. We have a switcher, and we have a more sophisticated team to do all that. You don't have to have all that. All you do is have a good iPhone and point it at the point it at yourself and do it to it. But the first major thing that I would say to people is there is a revenue opportunity, and probably the easiest one is maybe it's not the easiest one, but it's the first one that I thought of. It's being sponsored. You get a sponsor. You go to people who love you, businesses who love you, businesses who support you, business owners who think the world of you, of your talent and what you do, and you ask for sponsorship, and then you give them something of value in return. Whether that's you take their images and you put it on your Facebook page, and our streaming show is going to be sponsored by so and so this week. We have to thank them for their support. That has real value for people, and if you kind of take their message, what they're trying to communicate to the world as a business, and you try to help them communicate that, well, then you're creating value. So maybe it's $200 sponsorship or $500 sponsorship or a $5,000 sponsorship, depending on how many people you reach and how much value you create for these people. So that's number one. Number two, instead of asking for tips like some people are doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people are kind of accustomed to working that way, and that's fine. We're selling virtual tickets. Chris, have you seen that link in any of our stuff?
Yes, and I actually bought a virtual ticket.
You surely did. God bless you, buddy. Thank you for that. Well, we set up a virtual ticketing link. Obviously, the show is free; anyone can watch it. But the virtual ticketing link allows people to buy a virtual ticket, and I think it put a $20, a $50, a $100, and a $500, and then a sponsor the whole show for $3,500. And every single week, we've sold all of the above. So I've made enough money to pay my guys, and then make a little bit myself. And my priority has really been twofold. It's been to provide a little bit of income for my people because I love them and they're out work and I want to be a blessing to them. Number two, second goal has been just to encourage people, to be a blessing to people in their home, to offer them a little bit of hopefully high quality entertainment that's some fun. So that really, that's been our point and our focus, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that. But selling virtual tickets is a thing you can do, and I use a thing called Ticket River, which is also, I think, Event Groove. There's a bunch of different sites like that do that. And you can even use PayPal if you want. PayPal, people can buy your ticket through PayPal. But I think that's important to offer to people. Sorry, that's my alarm going off.
I can't hear it. You're good.
It'll probably continue to do that until I go in there and shut it off. Anyway, so it's important to be consistent. It's important to be bold and ask for sponsorship. Try to create value for a sponsor, whether it's a lawyer or a restaurant who's still open that is serving to-go meals. You can help them tell their story. You can help them grow their business in whatever small way. You can create real value. It's not like this is not a gift. Although we have had some amazing gifts too. People who know our story and we've told our story, and we've had people show up and give gifts that are kind of staggering, actually, which is really cool. One of the things that we found to be one of the biggest game changers for us is having other people share the live show link. Like GPB shared the link. We reached out to a bunch of theaters and asked the theaters to share the link as a show for their patrons, because they don't have any shows right now. So that helped us grow an audience. I think at one point we had 40,000 people watching one of the episodes.
Wow.
So that's a huge, huge number for us.
I'm almost there, by the way. I think I have 5 right now. So
hey, man.
Slowly building.
Hey, look, if it weren't for my technical difficulties, I'm sure we'd be up to 10 by now. But we all start somewhere, right?
Exactly. Drops in the bucket. That's what it is.
Right. But that's really kind of been our story. It's like that's the only real economic model that we've found at this point that is that is a viable thing that we actually have the ability to do. Sorry, did that screw my camera angle up?
No, that looks better actually.
Okay, good. So yeah, selling sponsorships, selling virtual tickets, that it works, and if you do it right, you can be successful with it.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's all very relevant advice. Good advice, and I think you have a good background in it too. You got a good business mind, so helpful.
You know, it helps that I had to sell radio and sell newspaper for many moons, so that does make it a little easier. I figure. Yeah,
exactly. So I see that you had a recent guest appearance on a brand new show. Is that correct?
I think I did. Which one are you talking about?
The Council of Dads.
Oh yeah, man! I'm huge. I'm a big star.
Yeah. So if you watch, I think not this coming episode, but 2 episodes from now, you might see one of my family in it. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, man. Well, you know that anyone who's ever done extra work knows that it's a thankless gig. It's a long, thankless job. It's like, okay, show up at 12 hours later. Whatever. You sit around and you. I mean, it was fun. I mean, it was fun to see the stars and kind of be on the set.
Yeah.
But they're long, kind of awful excruciating days. Every time I've ever done one, I said I'm never doing this again. But this one came through a friend of ours, Mark called and said, "Hey, there's a casting call out for a New Orleans style jazz band. Do you think you can pull that off?"
No.
I don't know. I'm no Chris Bass. I don't have a lot of depth and be able to stretch here, but I think I can pull that off.
Well, thank you for that vote of confidence. We'll see. Wow. So, any last words before we head out of the door here?
I would like to invite people to watch our show on Monday night at 8 p.m. We're going to go live. We're going to do something different this week. It's going to be a little bit more Motown, a little bit funkier, a little bit of a dance groove kind of thing. We're using the Equinox All-Stars, a little bit different instrumentation, and we're adding a couple of other singers that are part of the Scat Honeybee team, which we add to a lot of our shows. So it'll be different. It'll be fun. We're trying to figure out what we're going to call it. Feel good music. We're working on a theme right now, but we're inviting people to have a little more fun in their home and maybe even dance a little bit in the living room. Chris, I think that's what we're going to do.
Okay, I think I can manage that.
Good.
We'll have to come check it out. All right, Jeremy. Well, I appreciate you coming on today and helping us keep the light on, keep the light of inspiration on. I think it's very important, and you guys are really bringing it too. I enjoyed all 3 of the shows.
My pleasure, pal. I'm glad to be here, and hope this information is useful to some of the people who are in the performing arts world. I mean, it is weird. I mean, if you're one of the people who make a living doing this, then you are in the same boat with me. You get it. It's like all the work is gone, and I will say this too in closing. There really is an opportunity to be creative. There is really an opportunity to enjoy your family, the people that you're shut in with. Sometimes that can be difficult, but we've kind of made the decision to try to be as thankful as we can be about it and really enjoy the time. But yeah, try to be creative and focus. Whatever it is that you do, practice your craft at home because this will end soon enough. And the people who I feel like there's an opportunity on the backside of this thing, and we can all be better for it on the other side. I think.
Great words. All right, Jeremy. We'll get coffee soon, man.
Yes, we'll do it. God bless you, buddy. Thank you.
Too. Bye.
See ya.
So I'm going to hang up on him now. There he went. He's gone. That was weird. Not Jeremy, but the whole audio issue. I apologize for that. But these things happen. I think the main thing that we can take away from this is that, yeah, it is important that we come together as much as we can, whether it's through streaming technology or in our family, if we could be closer as a family. And if you don't have family out there, be sure to reach out to friends who are out there and get online, talk to them, do whatever you can. But let's keep the light on, folks, and I will be back. Thank you for joining us.